father passed away shortly afterwards. Natural causes, of course, not lacrosse. Um, After the meal, my sister and now brother-in-law, Orla and Brian, decided to carry on drinking in a local pub which is responsible for another Rowan marriage, which was Roisin's sister Nicola and Dave. It was there that Orla ran into Nicola, and they decided that would be a great idea for us to meet and to get together. So when the slow dance came around, we were shoved onto the dance floor, and from there we just exchanged numbers and we arranged to meet up. So shortly after that we started going out, and Roisin headed off for somewhere on a holiday, work placement to America. Once there we used to write each other's letters, ring people all the time, and this is pre-email of course, so as things progressed we dispensed with the snail mail. But after she returned, we just finished our leaving cert, so we were both heading away from home to study. So we kind of knew that it wasn't possible to have a long distance relationship on a student's income. So we kind of went our separate way for a few years, and it was actually some years later that we actually met up again, accidentally this time again. And it was actually my friend Alan was home from the Lebanon for some leave, and Roisin was just home, just visiting her family from London. We just kind of ran into each other and had a brief chat, but that was it. We kind of went our separate ways. But Roisin didn't know that I'd written her a letter 6 months before that, but I never had the guts to post it to her. So the next day I posted a letter to her under address, and about a week later I received a text message from a very strange, long English number that I'd never seen before, that she had written me an email. So I rushed home and checked my email, and sure enough there was an email there from Roisin. However, it was bad news. In it she said that she was going out with someone now. A male nurse of all people. Martin Platt, that's what I used to call him. Our emails continued for some time, but it became very apparent after a while that we both kind of had feelings for each other. So Roisin had a very big decision to make as she was going out with, I can't even remember his name now, but for a while, Martin.
You had him shot, had you?
No, not that bad. Just because I'm from Tala. The wrong side of the bridge. A few weeks later, Roisin came home on another visit. However, this time our meeting was not arranged for someone else, or accidentally. We met in town, we had a brilliant night, and from there, here we are.
Woo!
For the slower members of the audience, the male nurse's history, so... I'm just going to mention our parents, and I'm just going to thank a few people here, so just bear with me. First of all, I have to thank parents. I would personally like to thank Roisin's parents, Noel and the late Patricia, for raising Roisin to be the woman that she is. I never had the pleasure of meeting Roisin's mother. Oh, I'll lose that. I never had the pleasure of meeting Roisin's mother, Patricia, but from the stories of her I can see that Roisin inherited a lot of her mother's traits. I could personally do without the shopping one, but you have to take the rough with the smooth. I have, however, had the pleasure of meeting Roisin's three other mothers, Annette, Mary and Dolores, who over the years have helped her immensely. Roisin has asked me to say how much she appreciates the love and support she has received over the years from Noel, her father, and from the three of us as well. So, thanks a million.
Woo!
In relation to my own parents, I would like to thank my own parents, John, now deceased, and Angela, for bringing me up in the manner that they did. In particular, I'd like to thank my mother, who is getting smaller as I speak. She's an amazing woman. Has been a great help to us with Keelan and everything over the years. So I'll just say thanks a million, and I love her very much. Bridesmaids. So the next thing on my thanking list are the bridesmaids. I think you'll agree that they both look very beautiful today. Myself and Roisin would like to thank Orla and Niamh for all their help both today and over the past year that we've spent on this day. So thanks a million. The Algarve wedding planners, well, this day probably wouldn't have happened only for them. There's so much that went on behind the scenes that we don't even know. We just answered emails and followed directions, and they were brilliant. So Paula, Karina and all that Algarve wedding planners, thanks a million.
Woo!
Double Cocktail, which is the band. I'd like to thank Double Cocktail for the lovely music at the reception, or at the reception. At the church. They're a bit reserved in there, but they're actually quite wild, so I'm sure you'll see that later on. So thanks Double Cocktail. Thanks a million. I suppose that, I don't know if she's gone now. So, I might go over here. Oh, she has it. I'll follow her. Okay. Hang on, sit down there, you're not getting it. I wonder what this is. I think a very special thanks has to go to Keelan, our beautiful daughter, who is actually a princess. She's been really good this week with all that's been going on, and it's very like our mother. She's the life and soul of the party and has enriched our lives no end. So here you go, princess. There you go. Next on my list is the groomsman. Well, Eric. Slightly uglier version of me. I know I'm only thinking me. I'd really like to thank Eric and Garrett for all the work that they put in, both today and in the week preceding this and throughout the year, for all the time when we had to go buying suits and trying on shorts and all that kind of stuff. So thanks a million, lads. The readings in the church, we also really like to thank everyone who made it and actually did a reading or a prayer to faithful. So thanks a million. No, it's not easy. As I'm demonstrating. I left out something at the start that I should have put in, which is on behalf of my new wife Roisin and I would like to thank everyone for making the effort in getting here. We know that everyone here has travelled quite a distance to share this special day with us, and Roisin and I are truly amazed and delighted to see you all here. So thanks a million to everyone for coming.
Woo!
I'm sure I've left out some people, but I think I'll wrap up because I think it's getting dark. Last but not least, the best man. I've known Gareth for over 20 years now, so he's one of my best friends. You know, he's very dependable, do anything for anyone. You know, he's helped us out a lot over the years. So, in particular, my stag trip. Oh, brilliant! There's one Scottish person that doesn't think it was a brilliant stag, but you know, he took it on, and the only thing I had to do was turn up with my passport, and that's all I had to do. So that took a lot of pressure off us and a lot of worry. So thanks a million, Gareth, for organising that. Roisin would also like to thank him for dressing me up as a purple Teletubby, and then as a cross-dressing American footballer and everything. Yeah, thanks for that, Gareth. Now over to Gareth to make it even bigger.